What's going on, everybody? CJ Hurt, Mike Wallace, right here in, what do we call this, Mike? What is
Man,
this?
I know exactly what it is. The Southern Heritage Classic celebrating 35 years of HBCU Memphis tradition. It's the exhibit at the National Civil Rights Museum right here in the heart of Memphis. We walked through here and we've been setting up here for a minute, and I'm still wowed by everything that is in here. If you're in Memphis, if you're coming to Memphis, you have to make a stop right here at this exhibit. It's the only one of its kind in the nation. And for 35 years, you're gonna see artifacts, you're gonna see games, you're gonna see tailgating, you're gonna see the history of what a HBCU Classic looks like, thanks in large part to founder Fred Jones and everything he's put into this Southern Heritage Classic for the last 35 years. It's all here. All the teams, all the tailgating information, all the signs, all the artifacts. You got to come check this interactive experience out.
Absolutely, absolutely. And this Saturday is the 35th annual Southern Heritage Classic, featuring Tennessee State versus Arkansas Pine Bluff. Arkansas Pine Bluff coming off a big-time win last week, Mike. I do believe it was their first time playing Arkansas Baptist, the other HBCU in the state of Arkansas. They beat them 73-0. So Arkansas Pine Bluff so far on the season has a 70-point win and a 70-point loss. On the other side, Mike, Tennessee State, after getting Eddie George's first opening season win of his tenure, fell on the road to North Dakota State last weekend, so they're looking to bounce back with a win against another SWAC team. Mike, what are you most looking forward to seeing in this matchup between the Golden Lions and the Tigers?
Well, I'll tell you something that I heard from both Coach Eddie George of Tennessee State and Coach Alonzo Hampton of UAPB. After some skittish and extreme performances in both of their first two games, both coaches are saying we'll find out what we're really made of and what kind of team we have on Saturday right here in Memphis. Because again, you had Tennessee State blew out Mississippi Valley State in the opener, then got blown out at North Dakota State. UAPB got blown out at Arkansas, as you mentioned, and then blew out Arkansas Baptist. So you really don't know what you have. This is the first time these teams are going to be facing a like-minded competition against each other. And we saw how the game played out last year, CJ. It was a one-possession game all the way to the final drive, and there was a turnover that was created. Tennessee State took it back, a block kick back, and scored to make it a 10-point game. But both of these teams are looking at this game, this Southern Heritage Classic, as a measuring stick.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's why this game is our HBCU Huddle Game of the Week. And as we look at the tail of the tape, Tennessee State all-time record of 555, 288, and 33. Right now they are 1-1. Notable alum Rufus Thomas, I don't know if you guys heard about him, stacks record stand-up. Player to watch, Draylon Ellis. We'll have more on him in a minute. University of Arkansas Pine Bluff all-time record of 348, 451, and 44. They are also 1-1. Notable alum John Stubblefield, for those of you who don't know, noted jazz musician, one of the jazz greats. Player to watch, Mekhi Hagans, who first game against Arkansas, 11-23 for 123 yards, no touchdowns. Then next game against Arkansas Baptist, the quarterback, 15-22, 350 yards and 2 touchdowns. Mike, I want to talk to you about Draylon for a moment, because you had a chance to sit down with Draylon Ellis ahead of their game against North Dakota State, coming off a week where he was named Big South OVC Player of the Week. Draylon Ellis from this part of town, not this part of town, but this neck of the woods. What do you think about Draylon Ellis? What can we expect from him going into this big game?
I mean, this is a guy that he's a graduate senior now. He's a super senior. He's played college football for now 5-6 seasons now. He's been around the program for several years after transferring into Tennessee State 3 seasons ago. And he wants to come home. This is his final homecoming opportunity to play at the Classic here. He's an Olive Branch native. You know, he's a guy that can put up big-time numbers. You know, he had 3 touchdowns the previous week. This is a guy that's not afraid of the moment. He can throw it. He can run the football. He's a commanding leader on the field. And you're going to see him in this game go all out. He's got to go all out for Tennessee State to get to where they want to get to. They're talking Big South OVC championship, and the only way they're going to get there is through Draylon Ellis's leadership. I'm looking forward to seeing how he responds in the Classic against UAPB.
This game may come down to penalties. Tennessee State last year was the second most penalized team in their conference. This year, Tennessee State averaging 8.5 penalties per game and 81 penalty yards. Mike, those 81 penalty yards per game, that puts them in the bottom 10 of the FCS. So Tennessee State is absolutely going to have to take care of the ball. On the Arkansas Pine Bluff side, Mike, is there anything in particular that you want to see them do in their second year in the Southern Heritage Classic?
Just not turn the ball over, not make big time mistakes. This is a team that no matter what, and I told Coach Hampton this on the coaches conference call earlier this week, your team plays with a tremendous amount of resilience. They continue to fight no matter what the circumstances are. He was most proud. Yeah, they got blown out at Arkansas, right? But they didn't turn the ball over. And that's one of the things that he says, look, we're not going to make mistakes to hurt ourselves. So as long as they don't hurt themselves in this game against Tennessee State, they'll have a chance to put themselves back in position with a chance to win this game at the end. So it's more evenly matched than we think it is, and a lot of people think it is. It's going to be a great game. It's going to be a great environment. The 35th annual Southern Heritage Classic, man, has everything, including a wonderful exhibit where we're standing right now. I'm looking forward to it. I can almost smell the tailgate already.
You can almost smell it because the tailgate is all around us. This is an incredible exhibit. It highlights not just the players that have come through this classic, the coaches, Fred Jones. It highlights the culture of the Southern Heritage Classic as well. If you're in the city or around the city, you absolutely want to get out to the Civil Rights Museum and check the whole museum out, but make sure you stop by here.
This exhibit here, the Southern Heritage Classic, celebrating 35 years of HBCU Memphis tradition, is open through February 28th. So it takes us all the way through Black History Month. Get here this weekend. That's going to be key because it just opened this weekend for the kickoff of this game, but it's going to stay open all the way through the end of February. Make sure you stop by here and keep it locked on Grind City Media and the HBCU Huddle for all of our HBCU football coverage.